Guess where I am? In Alberta. I'm in Banff for Banff Pride. Yes, I was at Pride inside of Canada's first national park. I'm going to show you what that was like and what I did while I was there during the fall for Pride. So first off, I stayed at the Banff Peaks Hotel and Suites, which is very convenient because it's only like a 1-minute walk to the downtown area. And it's one of the newer hotels in Banff. But the first thing that I did while I was in Banff was check out some nature. Oh my gosh, how beautiful is this? Going for a hike, and this is what we get to see. Wow. This is Johnston Canyon. It's a very easy and quite flat hike, and you can eventually get to a cave that you walk through, and on the other side is this amazing waterfall. That was cool. Now we're out exploring in Banff, and we are so ready for Pride weekend. A bunch of Pride events coming up, but to get the tourist kind of stuff out of the way, I did some shopping along Banff Avenue, which is like the main strip of the downtown area. And there were a lot of wildlife themed things for sale, which leads to my next activity. We're doing a wildlife tour now. Haven't seen any wildlife yet, we just started, but look, there's Banff. It's actually the highest town in Canada, and we're higher than it is right now. I went on a tour with Radventures, who took me around to see some of the amazing scenery around Banff and some of the wildlife that lives among that amazing scenery. It was so cool to just see them out and about doing their thing. Just having a little Pride cocktail as we wait for the drag show to start. And I don't know if she's like the resident drag queen or who she is, but she recognized me from Out TV. She said I was kinda famous. Are you impressed? Yeah, she is. She's lying.
Okay, you had one cocktail.
So that's my bestie Mary, if you didn't know. She came with me on this trip, and I actually made a segment for Out TV about Banff Pride. And like 99.9% of the world doesn't know who I am, but there is that 0.1% who do. And so when the drag queen said she recognized me from Out TV and that I was kind of famous, it was just sort of this hilarious running joke that Mary and I had. And now my Instagram profile actually says, a drag queen said I was kind of famous. So thank you, Lilith Fair, for that. So this was Terror and Tiaras, featuring some Alberta-based drag queens, and their talent was amazing. Like, I lived in Calgary about 15 years ago, and I didn't find the drag queens to be that impressive, honestly, but these ones were fantastic. And even Stephanie Prince from Canada's Drag Race was there. Good morning. So we're here for breakfast. The first thing we're going to today after this is a pool party, and I got my itty-bitty bathing suit, so cheers. It was a beautiful fall day for a pool party. It was mostly guys there from Calgary, because it's only like an hour-and-a-half drive from Calgary to Banff, so pretty easy for them to come over and just spend a weekend during Pride in Banff. And then I went over to the Pride Market in the basement of Mason Hall. There was all kinds of crafty, pridey stuff there, from talented 2S LGBTQ+ artists. I bought a t-shirt, and it was just nice to support the local creatives. It's time for a little itty-bitty cocktail, and then we're gonna have a tour of this place and dinner. Don't you dare drink without cheersing me.
Sorry, cheers.
Rude.
Cheers.
Cheers to you too. I joined a tour of the only spirit distillery in a Canadian national park, and I got to taste some of their award-winning spirits, and I stayed there for dinner too. This is where we're going to see a drag show. I was heading up to the top of Sulphur Mountain on the Banff Gondola to check out Moutaintop Drag.
Happy Pride, everybody!
More amazing performances and a free event featuring these incredible queens. And if that wasn't enough, the drag performers were rubbing off on me. And I went to Melissa's Missteak for the big Pride party, where these queens were being treated like they were rock stars. The crowd was going wild for them. And from Canada's Drag Race, we had Juicebox, Cynthia Kiss, and Kendall Gender. Now you'd probably think that was surely enough drag for me, but no. There was one more I had to go to, but this time it included food. I went to drag brunch at Bluebird. I know it seems like an excessive amount of drag, but they were just so good. Like, honestly, the talent, their tricks, their looks, the energy. Despite seeing dozens of performances, I was always entertained. It's time to check out the one and only Lake Louise. One last bit of nature before I left was to check out this iconic area because it is stunning. A busy, popular spot, but for good reason. Just gorgeous. And that was my visit to Banff National Park during Banff Pride, which actually goes on for 10 days each fall. Who knew? You and me both now. So thanks a lot for watching, giving it a thumbs up if you've made it this far, and leaving a comment below, anything you want to say. And of course for subscribing if you're new, because I'll have another video for my travels soon to hopefully provide you with some travel inspo for your upcoming trips. Bye!